school through the rest of the week.
We are joined now by Mark Nouveau, former battalion chief at the Fremont Fire Department. We had 600 total reports of missing people. At this hour, 285 people are still missing, and we are now day 3 into this. That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people, and I think what's concerning about that is whether it's 1 or 285, that's tragic. You know, we try and put a priority on rescue, find people. You know, at this point, at this late date in the fire and the initiation, the concern would be that if we haven't located these folks, that the prognosis might not be real good. What we're hoping for is it's a communication issue.
And there have been a lot of those because internet and cell phone service has been very spotty.
Absolutely. We know the cell sites have come back up, which is wonderful. I think they said something about 77 were down, and now we're up 54, so that's good. So there's communications going on. Safe and Well with the American Red Cross is a website people can go to. But there is some concern that many people are missing.
What would be their strategic then plan? I know they're going to be doing detective work to try to, of course, reach out through cell phones, through Facebook and social media. What do they do at that point then? Go back to the homes to go through what's left?
Absolutely. We heard today in the press conference they're bringing in more CHP officers, the National Guard, police officers are coming from all over the state, outside of the state. One of their assignments is going to be security of those neighborhoods, but they're also going to be going door to door checking those residents.
Let's talk about the fires. 22 fires burning right now in 8 counties. Most of them have almost zero containment. We heard CAL FIRE say late this afternoon that the situation is going to get worse before it gets better. I was listening to CAL FIRE talking earlier today, too. They said fires are burning so fast, we just can't keep up with them. The fire lines are so long, the terrain is rough, the fires are spotting, and now we have these winds that are coming in tonight.
Yeah.
What's the worst case scenario here?
Well, you know, how do you predict a worst case scenario? What they're thinking about, okay, what is that? What could that look like? Now we know that, we're going to work backwards, and we're going to figure out what resources we have and start to target those resources into the areas that are high value, high loss of life. And that's what we're hearing when they're talking about where they're going to start putting staffing.
Mark, we were hearing about there's all these separate fires, but they're concerned that they could merge into one massive fire. What would that mean then for the firefight?
In some cases, that's not always bad, because if they're smaller fires and they're burning into the larger, now we're talking about larger perimeters, and we can deal with that. If it's a smaller fire and it's not much of a threat, that's okay. It might not be a bad thing. Sometimes we use fire to fight fire, backfires to be able to do that. So there may be some good news to that. The concern becomes that the fire behavior starts to become unstable because of the red flag, and we're seeing some of that right now.
Just very quickly, are we looking at these fires burning for days, weeks, or perhaps even longer?
Well, I think what we heard today was this is going to get worse before it gets better. To be able to predict how long, I think you're going to see fires burn for months. Now, whether they're in critical phase, that's a different subject. In other words, are they threatening something? These are going to burn for a while, but maybe they're just burning slowly while we get resources to them. The critical part is to get to those areas that are threatened most right now.
All right, well, we're going to let you continue to listen to our newscast as it goes on. We appreciate your input, and we'll be back with you a little bit later on in this newscast.
Yeah, Mark, thank you.